Yeah.
Be alive. Get in. Let's go get.
He has Twitter played an NBA game, and that's
Yeah.
that. But aside from that, bro, it's just pretty good for me on FanDuel. Not so much on DraftKings, but it's all good. It's all good, man. That's why I play across both sites. So sometimes I can, kind of hit bets and keep it moving in that way. So, let's go ahead and jump in, man. We got a 10 game slate, okay, coming up tonight, and 9 of them are going to be NBA games. One of them is my son, man, my only son, my 11-year-old son. He has a game, and so I'm definitely going to be going to check it out later on. Maybe someday we'll be able to talk to him at the fantasy prospect. But let's go ahead, jump in, and take a look at these 9 game NBA slate. So first game we're going to talk about. Where we at? Get this thing together. Come on, RotoQL, you bullshitting.
You know what I'm saying?
A Friday, 9 games, yes.
Bam, there it is.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we got a 9 game slate for Friday. A couple of we do have some nationally televised games. I like to look over those first, just to kind of see, what we can expect, what's going to be on TV. We know a lot of, especially as close as we get to the All-Star break, Cats, Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to be the 8 o'clock game, and then the nightcap is at 10:30. Is going to be the Houston Rockets and the Phoenix Suns. No James Harden, a lot of Chris Paul. Bad Phoenix Suns, up tempo, up pace game. We could have some late night hammers come from there. What do you think about this slate as a whole?
Man, I have my eyes set on that Houston Phoenix. Phoenix loves to give it up, but we're getting ready to chop it up.
Okay, yeah.
So I can't wait.
Well, first things first, let's go jump into it, man. We have definitely a really solid slate, and we're gonna get it cracking. You know me. You know how I do it. You know me. You know when the home here. If you remember, you go to and all about Kemba. Love when we get Kemba matchup. A lot of the have been telling us that this is a good spot for him against the Dallas Mavericks. He goes out at home, goes out to the tune of 50 draft points. So what are we looking at? We've got the Utah Jazz going to Charlotte. The Utah Jazz are not that down-paced team that they've been with Rudy Gobert in the fold. It's a different squad. What is your overall look for the Charlotte Hornets at home, giving up 4 points to the Utah Jazz?
Kemba is at home once again, and we just saw what Wall did to Ricky Rubio the other night, and I have no doubt in my mind. I'm going again back to back with Kemba. That is all I'm looking at. I love Kemba in this spot. Ricky Rubio, watch out. He's about to have another career game. I can definitely see him at least 50 tomorrow for
So,
Kemba Walker.
okay, and I got to play devil's advocate. I'm a guy, love Kemba, been on him for the last couple of years, DFS wise. 8.5, Kemba at 7.9, not being chalk was beautiful. But at 8.5, Kemba being chalk at the crib well, I'm not saying he's gonna be chalk, but he's gonna be a lot more higher owned than he was the other day, in my opinion. He was like 7% owned at 7.9. He's dropped 60. I think at 8.5, he's gonna be a little bit higher owned. To me, this is a really solid spot, in my opinion, to kind of fade Kemba and just find a guy. And I'm not saying he's not going to play well. He's not in a great spot. But for me, I would take a chance that I could find somebody who can do similar to what he could do, or maybe increase his upside for lesser price. Now, I like Dwight Howard here, as I always like Dwight Howard whenever he's at home. He's 8.5. That's on FanDuel. Now, over on DraftKings, that is another story when we talk about him, but I think he's going to be a little bit cheaper over on DraftKings. Because 8.5, that's expensive on FanDuel. Now he's 7.6 on DraftKings.
Oh, you come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can't ignore that.
No.
Not against Ricky Rubio.
Oh my God. Kemba 7.6. You can't ignore that. Okay, no. Kemba. So we got Kemba at the crib. I like him at 7.6. Dwight Howard is 7.3. I like him in this spot. I think that MKG is getting cheaper, but he just hasn't done well. And after I went out and on limit said I was going to play him, and I did play him. He only had 18 fantasy points. Maybe I was a get early on him. The price down 300. He's 4K flat on DraftKings, so I could give that a look. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I can give that a look. Look at Nicholas Batum though. We think about Batum at 5.5 on DraftKings and on FanDuel. I'd be still fairly cheap over there as well.
Out of the whole team, I'm not. Well, you like. Well, it all depends on who starts the center. If Favors are starting, oh, all right. I don't know. I'm not feeling Howard. I'm not feeling nobody else but Kemba.
Batum 5.3, bro. Damn.
Yeah. You know what? There are actually some other shooting guards I like a little better than him. So
Stick to your guns, big.
yeah,
Stick
man.
to your guns. What about the
Yeah.
other side? What do you think about Ricky Rubio? Had a really nice game out last time. He is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. That does imply that you're going to be getting him at a value point if you do play him on FanDuel. What do you think about the Utah side? I like Rubio. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be in play at 7.1. It's a 9-game slate, so you don't have to get too much exposure to the lower total games. It's a 206.5 point total, so it's not stupid low. But I mean, you don't have to hang your whole hat on this game, especially when you don't know if Favors going to be playing or if Udo is going to be starting. I think Mitchell and Rubio would be my only two targets from the Utah side.
Now you know what? I can get on board with Rubio, but the spot that I really like the most, believe it or not, is Mr. Joe Ingles. That sounds kind of weird. I think Ingles is going to get jiggy. What he's doing. He's been averaging about 24, 23, 31, 22, and he's 4.8. And Charlotte, even with MKG, small forward on the other side, he's actually been giving up. I'm not sure why there's a 5 DVP on DraftKings, 15 games, but no, I think that's wrong. Joe Ingles, love him. You can definitely plug and play him. And Cephalosha. If Cephalosha starts, I'm all over him. Whoever starts a power forward for Utah, I'm all over them.
Right.
All over them. Charlotte has given up some big games to some power forwards, but most especially the small forward. So don't be afraid to throw Ingles into your lineup.
Okay, and I like that on fan 4.8. That's on a 9-game slate, bro. That I would consider that as a little piece of value, man. I really would. If you look at him, he's 4.8 on DraftKings as well. Pretty good price for him on FanDuel. Next game we got is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers, who've been getting their ass whipped all around the country.
Oh, tell me about it, man.
They're going to Indiana
goodness.
now, bro. They're going to Indiana now, and you've got LeBron 11.5. You got Vic Oladipo at 9K. Is on DraftKings. So, what do you think? Me, from a game flow standpoint, I keep on thinking, at some point the Cavs have got to assert themselves. LeBron has got to step up, have one of those 60 to 70 point nights, and just ball hard. But I mean, I keep clutching at straws every night playing this dude, man. What do you think about LeBron? Why you talk about that? To pull up some numbers that he's had against Indiana and see what's going on, because this is a total, man, 222 with only a 1.5 point differential.
It's a big total, and I'm not saying LeBron is a bad play, because I think he has actually shredded. He's actually done well against Indiana this year, if I'm not mistaken. But at 11.5, I don't really know if you need LeBron tomorrow. If what I'm looking at, based on the research that I've done so far, I'm kind of liking Jay Crowder again. I mean, I liked him tonight. He went out there. I think he gave me about 18 or 19. Not bad for his price point. And I like him again. Thaddeus Young is not that defender that shuts people down. He can definitely get run over. So I love Jay Crowder, and also like Kevin Love. He went out there and 28. I think he only had 28 points today. So he definitely let me down. Small 3-game slate, so he's forgiven. I'm going right back at him tomorrow. Now on the Indiana side, Oladipo, I'm looking at you. You're looking back at me, but you're 9,500. I don't know, my brother. Even though he's killing it. 45, 34, 57, 28, 57, 33. But my favorite player on the other side is actually Darren Collison. 5K, and we just saw what Toronto did to him from the PAR standpoint. came out of nowhere and had a career game. So I can Darren Collison at 5.
Me, when I'm talking about playing the Cavs, man, the first thing I'm gonna look at, who's the shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? Because I love, point guards do well against them too, but I'm looking at who's the shooting guard against the Cavs, because that is usually the guy that goes off, and we've seen that come in so many different shapes and sizes. So Vic Oladipo at 9K, he's gonna be in play for me, because I think in order for they're at home, I like that. I like this is a big game. This is a game for Vic Oladipo that he's gonna want to get up to play. We may not have Miles Turner here, so the usage in terms of offensive has to come from somewhere. So Vic Oladipo is a guy that I'm definitely considering playing. I like him. I'm
on the fence.
I'm gonna piggyback you on Collison, because I mean, you look at 9 under 5K on DraftKings. That is redonkulous.
Yeah.
So
you can say that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some exposure there. That's cheap. And then you look at Lance Stevenson off of the bench at 4.7, could be a usable play if we know that Miles Turner is going to be out. He's going to be the first guy off of the bench. And I want to show you something, man. LeBron James, his last, all of his games actually against the Pacers, man. This dude goes nuts against the Pacers.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah, he's been crushing 60, 61, 63, 87, and that's three of those 4 games were in Indiana. That dude goes nuts. So I think you're gonna let him in for 60 points this game today. But like you said earlier, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to play LeBron, because on a 9-game slate, I'm sure somebody else will score 60 points, and probably at a cheaper price point. So.
Somebody else has jumped out to me, and I can't believe that I overlooked him, Mr. Bogdanovic. We all know that LeBron James, he's not playing defense right now. I don't think he's not even in the mindset of shutting nobody down. And if we look at Cleveland, they have given up, like he has given up some monster games. There are some guys that had some career games against this guy. So you think, hey man, what's this guy gonna do? Well, at 4.3, he has shown that he can hit 30. He's shown that he can almost hit 40. And I can see him having a career game against LeBron tomorrow, because they're going to get up. They're ready for Cleveland to come in town. They're going to get up. I like Bogdanovich tomorrow.
Now I can tell you, okay, in one game in Cleveland, he had 29.5, and the other game was in at home in Indiana. He had 14. So capable. If his jump shot's going down, he's completely capable of scoring well. So
LeBron's going to let him shoot.
I agree. I definitely agree. So LeBron 11.5, he's playable, but he's not like a core guy who I have to get a lot of. Isaiah Thomas is going to be returning, so that is going to, I think, sort of confuse that offense a little bit, and it could, kind of make it harder for us to play a lot of these cats, because that usage has got to go somewhere. You look at that, does cheapen. It hurts Dwayne Wade. It hurts Jeff Green coming off of the bench. So I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow night.
And I think IT's actually going to rest. He's not going to play this game.
Didn't he rest last night?
No, he actually played last night.
That's right. He ended up playing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think he's going to rest. And when they put that boy, what was this guy? Calderon. They put him in the game. That boy was hungry, but he was absorbing those minutes because he hardly sees minutes anymore. I mean, he didn't take a back seat. He's on the bench. He was playing great too. I wonder what happened. They just took his minutes away.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to the next game. We've got the Orlando Magic going to Washington to take on the Wizards. This is a 10.5 point differential, with the Wizards, just being a heavy favorite here in a 218 point total. Right off the bat, we know what Orlando can give up. We know what Orlando can give up against point guards. So John Wall's going to be in play for me. Bradley Beal's in play. Otto Porter's in play. All of these cats are in play for me, bro.
You know what? I have to agree. I have no pushback on that. John Wall's in play. Bill is in play. And Porter is in play. But more. You know what? My favorite is Bill. And I like Bill because he's that guy that I can look to pivot from, Mr. Oladipo. You know, he can hit 67. He can hit 50. He's shown that he can do that. And against Orlando, yeah, I think Bill can get that done. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards him for Washington. On the other side, I love Aaron Gordon and I love Jonathan Simmons. Pouring him all over me. I will have him in my roster.
Right. We're getting some. It seems like the stream, like my voice is cracking. Is it my voice? Is it just my voice, or they're saying that it sounds like the voice. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly. I wonder
Okay.
whose voice is cracking. Let me try to pull this up.
Yeah, on the YouTube chat, it's saying that my voice is saying it's unwatchable because my voice is cracking. Okay. My voice, is it just my voice, or
Nah, I just pulled it up on my side and it sounds clear.
Can you hear me clearly?
Oh, okay.
I can hear you clearly.
I see what they're saying.
I'm trying to pull this up. Yeah, on the YouTube chat, it's saying that my voice is.
All right. So I think everything sounds normal for a bit, and then it hits you with the and then it goes back. I think I see what they're saying.
Okay.
So I think. I just pulled it up on my side and it sounds clear. Oh, okay. I see what they're saying. Yeah, they say you in the Matrix, Mo.
Damn.
So I think everything sounds normal for a bit, and then it hits you with it, and then it goes back. That's what they're saying. I don't know if he still sounds like that. If anybody can comment.
Yeah, I'm sure, man.
It's buffering.
It's
Oh, and he
buffering
said
too.
it cut. Yeah, and it said it cuts out too. Come on, you. Why you gotta do this right now?
Yeah, right. Somebody ain't paid electric, dog. The internet. Who didn't pay the internet? Okay. Let's see. So I just dropped sources. It cuts out and pauses. Yeah, I guess it's eating up so much of the bandwidth that my voice is coming in unclear since I'm the one predicting.
Hmm.
That sucks. Let me
I
see.
wonder if
Is it still sounding crazy?
yeah, I'm waiting for this to pull. It's loud. It's loud for somebody.
It cuts out. Dang.
It did it again?
No, not yet. But it has like a buffer thing going on with it. I guess it's eating up so much of the bandwidth that my voice is coming in unclear since I'm the one predicting. It cuts out and pauses. Yeah, I guess it's eating up so much of the bandwidth that my voice is coming in unclear since I'm
Keep playing.
about the mission board. Mission board. I'm gonna try to because I was able to do it with both of you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I guess it was just audio. That's why.
Yeah, because it was just audio. So
Yeah.
let me hit you back on the audio and then we can finish up.
All right. Cool.
All right, so we're back. We're back, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the homie and see what's happening. The first thing I want to do is make sure that the voice is working and everything's good. All right, so we're back. We're back, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the homie and see what's happening. The first thing I want to do is make sure that the Okay, so we should be. I have an i7, yes. I have an i7. Okay, so we all right, here we go. We should be good. We're back. We're back. The stream is back. Let's make sure that we are. Sorry about the difficulty that we had with the first stream. My apologies. Hopefully everything should be back to normal. We should be right. All right. All right. Let's make sure. Are you watching the stream from another area?
Yeah, I just trying to catch the live one. I see you live.
All right. So we
It's,
okay.
it's buffering for me right now. Might be my okay.
Okay. So I'm waiting for my voice to come through. Hopefully it doesn't
Yeah,
sound.
I just trying to catch the live one. I see you live. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. Cool. I mean, it looks good. Hopefully, somebody else in the chat can say that it's good. Because from my side, yeah, you rolling, you flowing. I see you. You good.
Okay, we good. All right. So all right, cool. So now let's get back to where we were. Sorry about that, folks. We had to suspend the stream for just a moment and then get back into everything. We left off on the Orlando and the Washington game. Sam and I both agreed that we could play a lot of different parts of the Washington Wizards, from John Wall to Bradley Beal, Otto Porter at 6K on DraftKings. I even think I like Martin Gortat some, because when I like Wall, I gotta look at Gortat. On the other side, I'm not so sure about who to play from Orlando. What are some of your thoughts, man? Aaron Gordon is 7-7 on DK.
And I think he's worth it. Aaron Gordon is totally worth it. Washington, they can't stop the forward. I mean, they can't stop the four. Markieff Morris, he just looks slow on the court. And if you look at what Washington has given up, there's a couple guys that have had like some top 10% performances, and by that I mean like almost had career games. So if I'm gonna pick anybody from the Orlando side, I'm loving Jonathan Simmons at 4,500 and Aaron Gordon. Because hey, I see the spread,
Right.
10.5. Now, like we would always say, if the game stays close, it has to be because of the main folks on the other side, and that's why I like those two.
Okay. Okay. Now, Jonathan Simmons, yeah, 5K. I think I can use him, and maybe some Evan Fournier at 5.5. If I like that many Wizards, I'm gonna like a couple of the Magic guys. There's no way I'm playing Alfred Payton. Like, there's absolutely no way I'm playing Alfred Payton.
And you see some folks in the chat, they're loving him. Now, remember when he dropped 63, there wasn't Aaron Gordon in the picture, and I'm almost certain that. Let me see, back in December 6th.
Yeah, John Wall wasn't playing either, I don't think.
Yeah, yeah. And then Aaron Gordon had a terrible game, December 6th. Like he played 28 minutes and only did 26.
Right.
So I don't know. If y'all like the elf, you can go and pick him up, but I'm leaving him on the shelf.
I'm not playing up. I'm not playing up. Yeah, hey, yo, Kevin Foley says Bertan screwed him. You and me both, bro. He gave me one freaking point, one stinking ass point, and I could have played fucking Larry Nance and been better than that. That sucked. All right, so we got our fill of the Orlando Washington game. Remember, man, it's 218-point total with a 10.5 differential. Then we've got the Brooklyn Nets going to Atlanta. And anytime I see the Brooklyn Nets, bro, I am in full attack mode. It just so happens that, all these Atlanta guys, they're at home. There's only a 3-point differential. They're cheap. We know this is going to be an up-paced game. Then on the other side, you got motherfuckers you can attack Atlanta with, and people do not want to play Spencer Dinwiddie after what he did the other night. So I'm liking this game. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie is in a really good spot. Now, I need to find out who's playing small forward for Brooklyn. I mean, I need to find out the status on Carroll
Okay.
because they're saying that Carroll is questionable. Something about his knee. He's been, sidelined for about 2 games with a sprain. So if Carroll plays, I still don't think that I can trust him. So I really like Alan Crabb in the spot.
Okay.
Really like Alan Crabb. He's been on a tear. If you erase his dud against Boston, he's been doing a lot for us lately. 32, 30, 27, 37. So I can ride that hot wave with Alan Crabb. Other than that, there isn't other than those two. There isn't that much more that I can roll with. I would look at Zeller, but Dwayne Dedman is back.
Yeah, Dwayne Dedman is back. Yeah.
Uh,
He's pretty solid too.
Man, he inhales rebounds, man.
And see, it was a little bit easier when Sauce was out, when a couple other guys from the Brooklyn bench they were out. Well, Karis LeVert is at 5'5", and it's rejecting him for 0 minutes. I don't understand. There's something going on with him. Was LeVert dealing with an injury of some sort? I think he had a groin maybe about a week ago. Then you had Joe Harris, who gets minutes sometimes. So the Brooklyn rotation is pretty tough to get around when everybody is healthy, when most of the guys are healthy. So I like Rondé. I like Spencer Dinwiddie. I do agree Alan Crabb can be a solid play at 5.1. But on the other side, man, I like Bays, bro. I like Bays more at 5.6. I like Schroeder 7.2. I'm not going to play Dwayne Dedman or I don't Torian Prince either, but Ersan at 5.7 does interest me as well.
You know what? Bays didn't make it for me. Bays actually didn't make it. You would think that being that it's Brooklyn, the shooting guard would be what you would attack, but no. I mean, for some reason, it's the center position. And Dwayne Dedman, I almost want to hit the lock button on this guy. Like I am so close. Like I understand the minutes limitation, but 4.9. He's already played 2 games. He's had a game, a day to rest. I really like Dwayne Dedman here. Centers have been having career games left and right against Brooklyn, and I love, love, love Dwayne Dedman. Love him.
Well, to put it out there, man, he has 20 and 18 minutes in his first 2 games back from injury, and you look at it point per minute, man, that's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that, his output wasn't bad at all. So if he's going to be getting like an increase in minutes, maybe you can look to him for sure. I mean, this is one of the worst teams in the league against centers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what they're saying about it. His leg has him. He's probable to play. Okay, Dedman's placement on the injury report is likely precautionary, as he's played an average of 19 minutes, seemingly without an issue over Atlanta's past 2 games. Yeah, Dedman could be nice today.
I'm telling you. I think Dedman is going to be nice.
I'm gonna look at that. You talked me into that shit, bro. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at that.
And I know Mr. Dinwiddie. There's something about when he's in Brooklyn, when he's at home. But now that he's away, I mean, we look. Dennis Schroeder. He's expensive though, 7.4.
Right.
So you don't really have much upside there. He probably he'll probably just give you the 35, maybe the 40. I don't really know if he's gonna really have to have a huge game. And then Torian Prince.
Well, and Dinwiddie's got like 5 inches on Dennis Schroeder, man. I see he can wreck him he can wreck him. He can.
You think so?
Yeah, he can wreck Schroeder, bro. He's got like 5 inches on him. He can shoot over him, back him down. I was a day early. He's gonna do what I expected him to do last game against the Hawks. I like Dinwiddie. I do.
Okay.
Next game we got, it's going to be Golden State Warriors going to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. It's a 6-point game, bro. That's a small little spread, man. Only 6 points here. We've got Giannis at 10.5. KD is 10.2. I don't know what the price is on FanDuel, but it's a 223-point total. What do we think about this one? And this is the hardest part about Golden State Warrior games. They make us wait so long until we find out exactly who's going to be playing. So we got to
Tell me about it.
8 different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? well, if this guy is out, you can play this guy. If this guy is,
I know.
like, it's crazy. So let's just pretend everybody's healthy, everybody's playing, and then we'll pick that shit apart. Who do you like from the Golden State side? Give it to me.
One cat. Only one guy made it.
Steph.
I know it sounds crazy. No, it wasn't even Steph. Klay
Draymond.
Thompson.
Ooh,
Klay Thompson.
he's out.
Klay Thompson. Oh no, he should be playing. I think he just sat out for rest the last game.
Oh, okay. Oh, ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so you have Mr. Klay Thompson coming back with 2 days rest. I think he's about the only one that hasn't had an injury. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Thompson's about the only one who hasn't been injured.
Okay.
Everybody else, what's that?
Okay, now against Chris Middleton, 29 and 36 in 2 games last year. On the road, 23, 40, 44, 35, 35 in his last 5 games. He's got that going for him. He can stroke it deep, shoot the jump shot. So Steph Curry might not play. He's a game time decision. Yeah, I can see Klay if a few things work out. Like if we find out there's no Curry, Klay bumps up to me some. But just as a, I don't know, just as a do I like this guy? Do I want to play him a lot? Am I on him? No, I'm not on him. If I had to pick a guy from Golden State, I would ride the wave. I'd play KD at 10.2 going to Milwaukee. I think he's going to be on the floor forever with Giannis out there. So, and then Giannis defensively does. No, you can't limit Kevin Durant. You can't. Nobody can limit Kevin Durant.
Well, look, believe it or not, Milwaukee, I don't know what it is, but anytime they go against Golden State, man, they show up to play.
Right.
And Milwaukee, they really haven't given up. Like folks might have okay fantasy games against them, but the only position that I've seen that has put up numbers like GPP ceiling type numbers is a shooting guard.
Right.
So that's the reason why I'm looking at only Klay, because I'm telling you, man, Milwaukee's ready for him.
All right, so we gonna hit Klay. I'm gonna hit Kev. Now this is a big thing though, because without Klay Thompson, Lou Will went fucking nuts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now was that a without Klay Thompson thing, or was that a shooting guards against Golden State thing? Like, because Chris Middleton is very capable. This team is 25th defenses versus the shooting guard position. Chris Middleton is under 7K on DraftKings. Does that entice you at all?
It actually doesn't. The guy that I'm looking at is Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay.
At 5,600. Look at what he's done. I mean, this guy has been unusually consistent.
Okay.
41, 24, 24, 24, 24, 25. So at 5,600, I'm comfortable. I mean, I know you can roll him out with confidence. I know the guy's going to hit value. I could just blindly put him in. Matter of fact, I can almost lock in Brogdon as a core play.
Yo, I swear the other day, I had a core plays that I liked. I like the core plays, but it ended up that I just had 5K laying around every time I played the guys that I already wanted, and I was stuck. I kept getting stuck on Malcolm Brogdon. I ended up being so on him, like 100%.
Yep.
I said I have to move and play somebody else at 5K.
No.
Yeah, because I was just too on him. I had so much, so I moved around and played other cats. Huge mistake. Dude went off for 40 some odd points, man. So
yes, he did.
And in a game like this, where it's going to be high energy, high paced game, I do agree with you. I think Malcolm Brogdon is a play. I like Bledsoe. I like Middleton. I like Brogdon, and I think I'm not saying I can play all 3 of them, but those are guys that if I have that amount of salary left and I land on those guys in any lineup, I wouldn't be upset about it.
And I just want to address, there's some stigmas that are out there, where we have been told or fed that, a certain player is this or a certain player is that. But guys, man, you got to dive in and look at the numbers.
Right.
Klay Thompson, I mean, he's actually given up some games this year to some shooting guys. Some shooting guys have tore him up.
Right.
So, hey, look, you can't be afraid to play Brogdon. And plus, it's changed because now you have Eric Bledsoe. See, this is why I don't really like Middleton, because I kind of feel like Middleton is going to find himself somewhere around, either Draymond or Kevin. Like, I don't know how they're going to do this. I already know if Steph plays, it's going to be Bledsoe.
Right.
And then after that, it's like, how these guys going to match up. Is KD on Giannis? Is Green on Giannis?
And Jaja's playing his standard 15 minutes, and they're going to be small as fuck the rest of the game. So you already know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to pinpoint the matchups. That's why I'm, just going to go safe with Brogdon, 56. He's going to come through and Klay.
And they love to use Draymond or Jordan Bell to hide Kevin Durant, so he doesn't have to play like on ball defense against the other team against Giannis.
It's true.
Yeah, this is yeah.
And anytime we force him to play defense, he gave it up.
He give it up. That's right. Next game is going to be, oh man, my New York Knicks is taking on the hottest team in the league, in my opinion, right now. I think this is the hottest team in the league. They probably don't have the longest win streak, but they are hot as fuck, and they are playing so well on both sides of the basketball. So we've got the New York Knicks, my Knicks, going to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. There is no over-under for this one that I have available for you. But we've got Karl Anthony Towns at home, 8.9. He's under 9K. I like Karl Anthony Towns. I like Jimmy Butler. I think he's a very solid play. I think that Jeff Teague at 5.6 is also in play. And surprisingly, Jeff Teague or Minnesota have been limiting point guards this year. Usually I would find where Jeff Teague was and just play who was ever on the other side. That's not been the case this year, man. What do you think about some of the Minnesota guys and how the Knicks can fare against them in Minnesota?
You know what? It's been Tyus Jones. He's the guy that's been kind of hiding Teague. Because when Teague was out, that's when Minnesota went on this incredible, like nobody
defensive.
I mean, they shut down Cleveland, shut down OKC, even though Westbrook still had a 40, 50-point game.
Right.
That still wasn't him. Really doing what he's capable of doing. Like he could drop 60 or 70.
Right.
So I'm really afraid. Now the only position that I would roll out. I mean, since Teague is back, I think we can still pick on him because I look back at Jeff Teague and folks are hitting their averages pretty easily against Teague. So Jared Jack, something about this contract has got him going. He played 25 minutes and dropped 27. Then he played 40 minutes and dropped 44. I mean, damn, I think he's been almost averaging a fantasy point a minute.
He had his first or second triple double of his 30-year career. He's been playing. I'm talking about they went back to fucking like his AAU team, and this is his second triple double in life. He got that contract and went ham, bro. He forced double overtime and everything. So I think as long as he's cheap and he's at 4.6, I think you can give him a look. We have got to just start playing Michael Beasley, and as much as I hate to say that, as much as anybody else, because he's a bench guy, and this is the same spot that Portis was in the other day. When everybody was like, oh my God, you got to play Portis. Oh my God, Mirtic is out. Marketing is not just completely getting it done. Portis is balling. You got to play Portis. And we were 40% on board of Portis, and he stunk up the joint. So what do you think? What do you think about Beasley here, man, against the second team of the Minnesota Timberwolves?
You know what? Beasley has been hot. You know what? If you like him, sure, roll him out. But just keep in mind, you are paying $7,300 for a bench player. So that's a lot of money to pay for a bench. When he was around 45, 52, 53, now 65, 63, and now 7.3. I don't know, man.
On FanDuel, he is unplayable on FanDuel at 7.3. Yeah. On DK, he's 5'9". So it's a little bit more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm still not gonna touch him though.
Me either.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm cheap.
No.
I'm cheap.
And Wiggins, that's the only guy that I like on the Minnesota side.
No Towns, bro. No Cat and no Cat.
No, man. You know what? And I mean, I see. Look, I'm not going to say that those guys won't have a good game, right? But you have taught me to. Well, I'm being cheap. I'm being frugal.
Right,
And Wiggins. I think Wiggins is in a good spot. 6,200. I think Wiggins can hit 30 comfortably. Like somebody like Butler, like he's 10K.
right,
You know, ah, you know, Towns, okay, 9,100. But will they really need to exert themselves to the point where they'll make you feel good for spending that much money on them?
right, right.
So that's why I'm sitting right there at Andrew Wiggins, still getting exposure, and I think he'll get 30 really easy.
And now the one thing, Towns, man, he's 8.9 on DraftKings. Hung up 80 points against us last year. Of course, that was without Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, I can dig it. I feel what you're saying. Yeah, where you coming from? I get it. I think I can get some exposure, just not a ton. Chris Stapps at 7.8. Chris Stapps under 8K.
dude, I can't, man. Look, the defense. I'm telling you, the defense for Minnesota is there, and they're at home, bro. Like, yeah, Minnesota's no joke. Like, they are the real deal,
Right. Then we got
especially on defense. I think Embiid called. Didn't Embiid call? Oh, there you go. Yeah, lazy Mo. Yep, yep. Damn, lazy said it.
yeah, and B
As
called
soon
him
as
out.
Embiid caught, bruh, he switched it up.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't like many Knicks. We only like one or two of the Minnesota Timberwolves guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game. We got Portland Trailblazers going to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. I feel like this team plays. They play each other once a week. God, they play each other so much.
Actually, you're right. You're right.
God. So we got Anthony Davis. He is at 9.8. We saw him lose yet another ankle. He lost an ankle fight with the ground, and he rolled. He rolled. He rolled that ankle, and so yeah. Well, every time. Well, when he gets hurt, he comes back and balls. Right? Isn't that the thing for AD? Like when he gets hurt, the next game he comes back, he plays well. So
Maybe, maybe.
and there's no way Alfred Aminu or anybody else that they find can stop him if he is in a good spot and he's ready to go. Only thing that can stop him is another injury. So Anthony Davis, if he plays, I think he is playable. If Anthony Davis is out, that definitely makes DeMarcus Cousins a big play at 10.8. Yusuf Nurkic on the other side is 6.4. He is cheap. I do not mind playing bigs against the Pelicans, but you have to be savvy. You have to be crafty, and you have to know how to play with one early foul in the first quarter. And I
It's true.
think I think Yusuf Nurkic checks those boxes for me. So I think he's going to be in play. What do you think about this one?
I look long and hard, and you're right about Anthony Davis. Now, if Anthony Davis can't go, I'm definitely going to look at. Well, actually, no. I thought about Dante Cunningham. I don't think I can sip that Kool Aid. But on the New Orleans side, Etwan Moore, like he stands out to me, man.
Okay.
At 4,900 on FanDuel, this guy has put up two solid games, and even when Davis is playing. So, but if Davis happens to be out, yeah, you definitely want some exposure to Etwan Moore. The only reason I'm not really on board with Cousins, I mean, I might sound crazy, but Nurkic knows how to draw fouls too.
Yeah, with his face, like he leads the league in like face shots, like like, he's been hitting the face 53 times this season.
Wow.
Like bro, they counted it. It's like almost a stat. Like it's
Oh my. Well, okay. See, I just McCollum is the only guy that stood out to me.
okay, okay.
I think he's going to eat Drew Holiday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's not going to be able to stop McCollum. And I think Lillard, he's a game time decision still.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
he's probable. He's probable. He's going to play.
He should. Yeah,
He's
he
going.
should play. And I like him. He's my favorite player from this game.
Really?
Yeah, from the Portland side. I love Lillard. I love Dame in this spot. 8.6. New Orleans gives the ball back so quick. Whether they score, I think they lead the league in decisions. What's the stat like? Because they get 24 seconds to fucking do something to either turn it over,
Oh
score,
yeah.
do something. I
Yeah.
think they lead the league in like that 24-second period being over the fastest. Like they got 12 seconds on the shot clock and they're shooting or
That's
they're
crazy.
turning it over. They lead the league in that, bro. A lot of
That's
that is
crazy.
due to the homie pushing the ball the way he does, Rajon Rondo, which is why he'll come out and have like 15 assists in the first quarter because he's making passes that you're not even ready for because there's like 20 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball just crossed half court and he's lobbing it up to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so 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 that's the type of team that we're dealing with. So we can look at a lot of possessions for the Portland side, and you tell me that Dame Lillard is going to take between 25 and 20 and 30 shots. I'm good with that. At 8.6, I'll take it.
See, and that's the thing. On FanDuel, he is 9K. And man, Lillard, I know, man. He went out there and he dropped 51, but
Right,
he was 8,200,
right.
right? He has been struggling to even make value, at the mid eights, and now he's 9K.
Right.
I'm just yeah, McCollum is it for me. I almost looked at Alpha Rucamino, but I think he'll do okay. But his threes just have to drop, and he just hasn't been shooting them well.
And, well, for
He
me,
hasn't been shooting.
I can't play Alfred Camino if he's going to be covering Anthony Davis. I'm not doing that.
Right. So if Anthony Davis doesn't play,
Yeah. Okay.
then I absolutely
Yeah.
I can look at him either.
Yeah. But yeah. If we find out Anthony Davis ain't playing, Alfred Camino does jump into consideration for me. And the problem is not going to be the problem will be if Anthony Davis plays, Alfred Camino is going to hack the shit out of DeMarcus Cousins. Like they draw fouls for each other. Like that's just how they do it. So
Dude, I just sipped like some iced tea just now, man. Right before you said that.
I swear,
I'm glad I ain't spit it over my keyboard.
I swear, bro. So Eton Moore 4.9. I like Boogie. You like AD. I like Dame. We both like Nurkic some. You like McCollum at 7.7. Next game we got is gonna be the Memphis Grizzlies going to Denver to take on the Nuggets here, and it's a 7.5 differential with the 207.5 point total. The Nuggets are the home favorite. We got Jokic priced at 8.1 against the shifty, crafty Marc Gasol. From a pure, for me, from a pure raw points perspective, who scores more points in this game, Marc Gasol or Nikola Jokic?
You know what? I wasn't even looking at him. Like now that you said something, I mean, I'm looking at him, and I have no idea who's going to score the most points between these two. Because these guys can go out there like you see Gasol, he could just throw up like he can just go out there to score 7 and 11. And Jokic can go out there and he doesn't care. He can 8 or 8. So I don't know what these guys. These passing bigs that like shooting jump shots. Who knows? It all depends on whose jump shot is on. The only guys that I'm looking at is JaMychal Green from the Memphis side
Mm-hmm.
and Gary Harris from Denver.
Okay. Okay.
Because I wanted to have some exposure. It kind of sucks when you pick guys from the earlier games and you run out of quarters remaining, and then you got games like this that are probably going to be high paced, and you start seeing yourself, your little green man just starts moving slowly,
Right.
and slowly your cash starts to drop. So Gary Harris and JaMychal Green, I feel like they'll be involved. Look at what Harris has done last couple games: 44, 28, 28, 22, 47.
Balling.
The upside is the upside, especially and he's 7K. There's still some room for him to outdo his price. JaMychal Green, I don't know what came over this guy, but the last 3 games he has been balling. 46, 20, and 32.
Right.
Getting involved with the defense, blocking the hell out of shots. I mean, this guy's alive. So
Well,
those are my
okay.
2 picks.
So I like a little bit more in this game, man. I love
Really?
I love Marc Gasol. I think Marcus.
Mm.
Well, last time out, Nikola Jokic put up like 58 against Gasol, and Gasol put up 47. I like the fact that I'm going to get a discount at 7.5 on DraftKings for Gasol. I love him. I think Ricky Reek at 8.3 is in play. JaMychal Green, I have no issue with him. On the other side, not only do I like Gary Harris, like you, very similar, but I like Will Barton and Trey Lyles as well. I think Trey Lyles at 5'8".
Trey Lyles, I can dig.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's been coming in, getting some solid minutes, and I think he had somewhat of a down game last time. And a down game for him at this point was 25 against Atlanta. I think he picks up he picks that up because I mean, look at the minutes, bro. 29, 26, 31, 38, 27, 31, 31, 28, 20. And he's getting a ton of minutes. And
Yeah, you're right.
there's nobody injured. You know, Malone just likes him. And I think as long as he likes him, I could consider him, especially if he's under 6K, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And Jarrell Martin, I know he's the one playing the four coming off the bench. I mean, he gets steals and blocks every now and then, but he's not really a defensive presence.
Yeah,
So yeah, Lyles is probably gonna outdo him.
I like him a lot, man. Last game on the slate, the one you want to talk about the most is going to be the
Oh yeah.
Houston Rockets giving up 7 points, going to Phoenix, taking on the Suns. It's a 227-point total, and yo, this is not what everybody thinks it is, man. The Suns are projected to score 110 points here. That's a lofty projection.
hmm
But yo, hasn't Devin Booker like lit up the Rockets before? Hasn't that been something with him? Let's look.
I think so.
No,
Let's take a
well,
look.
35 in his last game against
Ooh.
them, 45. That was last season. Well, the highest he got against him is 46. So he's got 35, 45, 23, 26, and 46.5. But I guess I just like him. I guess I like D Book here. I think at 8.2, the price is kind of up. It's going to separate the men from the boys. Either you like him or you don't. I love it that he has shooting guard, small forward eligibility on DraftKings. I'm gonna have some D Book tomorrow against Eric Gordon. Fuck yeah.
You know what? I saw that too. I mean, but I like T.J. Warren a little better.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's definitely cheaper.
because he's cheaper. He has the capabilities to put up the same kind of game that Booker can. Warren, if we look at how he generates his fantasy points, um, he's had those games, those fast paced games where he grabs, you know, 10, 9, 10 rebounds, starts dishing the rock. He can explode for some steals, and I don't think Ariza's going to be able to keep up with him. So that's why I like T.J. Warren a little better. And Houston, Eric Gordon, he's about 8,100 on FanDuel. I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but the guy is going to shoot shots. Look at what he's done. Past 5 games, 42, 43, 27, 55, 34. And Devin Booker isn't that. He's not a defensive presence.
At all.
So,
No, he's not. He's not a good
so
defender at all.
no. And the only reason I'm kind of going with Gordon as opposed to Booker is because I feel like Gordon's spot is a little slightly better,
Hmm.
and they're favored. So I like that. And Trevor Ariza is the other guy that I have for Houston. A lot of shots going to be coming from Brooklyn. I mean, not Brooklyn, Phoenix, and I hope they shoot a lot of bricks. And Ariza cleans it up.
Now,
Capella, step out the way, please.
quick question. Now, has it picking on Phoenix with a backcourt tandem been like a thing this year? Like, haven't we? Like, what about Chris Paul, bro? 10.6. He's been having some monster games. Do you think it blows out to where we don't really need to see a lot of fourth quarter Chris Paul? I kind of like him today.
Chris Paul. I don't really think they're gonna need Chris Paul. He's probably just gonna be out there, just orchestrating. Like I see what he's doing. I see it. 68, 50, 44, 44. But they needed him.
Right.
Like I think those games were actually close. And wow, he scored 37 points against Portland. Yeah, man, but he's 10-8, man.
And Gerald Green, he's made his bid for MVP. this dude, this dude is drinking some gummy juice or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this dude, but he has been crushing lately.
Yes.
I mean, going blind shooting threes. He's 5.5 on DraftKings, maybe even a little bit more on FanDuel. Every time I say I can't play him and I don't, he just continues to play well. I don't know.
That's a great call out. That is an absolute amazing call out because I really didn't look at that. And yes, you can definitely play Gerald Green. I feel like if you don't want to look at Ariza, Gerald Green is a cheaper way to get a feel of what Phoenix gives up to the small forward.
Right. All right, cool, man. So, you got something of a player pool already set in stone, man. These are a lot of guys that I already like, and hopefully we can carry this, take the same momentum, take the same energy inside the line drive. Today it's gonna be at 5:30. We can chop it up and come up with some solid plays, man, with some solid lines. So big shout out to the homie Samuel. I like to drum. Thank you so much for accompanying me through this 9-game slate. Before we go, man, any parting things, anything you wanna drop off to the fam on YouTube?
Man, if you guys aren't a part of the sweatshop, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. We can look. We dive in a lot more in depth behind the curtains, and kind of explain a little more as to why these players are being picked and why they're in a good spot. And look, a year ago when I joined the shop, there was no way I was about to come on a live stream and talk about NBA NBA fantasy. But look, you come in there, you don't have to have no experience whatsoever. You get groomed. I'm telling you. 1 year of grooming, and here I am, you know, on a co-host with the guru. That's crazy.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
crazy.
That's
That's
right.
crazy.
Oh, and real quick, yo, shout out to the homie Sammy McGlory, man. Yo, had another baby girl. Last night, I believe it was last night. He had another baby girl. That's my guy, man. He and I went to Miami for the fantasy NBA fantasy championship last year. Really cool cat, man. And he just had another baby girl. So shout out to you, big homie. And thank you all so much for jumping in the stream. Like Samuel said, man, if you want to be a part of the sweatshop, it's very simple. You go to the website, it's www.dfssweatshop.com. All you got to do upon your pay subscription, $14.99 a month gets you all the access you need. It's 50 cents, two punk ass quarters, a half a cup of coffee. The second option is 1 year, $119.99, get you through a full calendar year, 365. It's gonna take you through the rest of football, basketball. They just started golf up in that motherfucker. They just started golf.
Yeah, they
You got
chop it up too, man.
the
Get to the money.
the Hunter Band Clan. They salivating for baseball, so it's gonna be a good one, man. Get in with us and let's go ahead and have a very solid DFS life. So, yo, big shout out to everybody. Thank you all so much. Yo, I want you to keep it real. I want you to keep it honest, and I always want you to keep it 300. Peace. We out.
Woo!